The first episode of What If dropped today, and I gotta say, I'm really impressed. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So I know I said for a period of time I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about What If. I watched it and I feel so compelled to talk about it that I just had to share my thoughts with you guys, even if it was only like a 5-minute video. What If, the very first episode, is titled What If Captain Carter was the first Avenger? So Peggy Carter, in this version of the multiverse, in this alternate reality, she takes the super soldier serum, and I thought this was a really clever way of including her in the story because the episode starts out exactly the way Captain America the First Avenger does, with Steve preparing to undergo the super soldier serum and Peggy making the choice, instead of to stand in the balcony as she does in the film, to stay on the floor where she catches the Hydra agent or Nazi agent who is about to sabotage the mission when Steve is shot and unable to be put into the super soldier serum maker thing. She takes the serum. I thought it was a really natural change and showing kind of the butterfly effect of how one small choice can really actually make differences, but it felt really smart because it introduced the audience to a place that they were familiar with. We are familiar with this story, this setting of 1940s, of kind of small Steve, Bucky deployed, and Peggy taking charge of situations when she needs to get things done so that they can win the war. But I love, and I think it's incredible, and the one thing that I think will keep me coming back to the show, regardless of what the episode itself entails, is the beautiful combination of 2D and 3D animation elements to make the show so truly original. This show was really pitched as a comic book come to life, and that could not be more true. If I had to guess how they're accomplishing this really unique style of comic book animation, I'm pretty sure the characters are all rendered in 3D. Then they're adding two-dimensional line art on top of the 3D renders to make this such a distinct style with two-dimensional painting backgrounds, and they're incredible. I took a picture of some of the ones that I just thought the shots were absolutely stunning while watching. Apologize for the fingerprints on the screen and the reflection of me in the computer laptop screen. This show really took advantage in the best way possible of the things that animation allows you to do. I was honestly shocked how the violence worked in the show. I don't want to say it's like a graphic show by any means, but the way bodies can kind of be thrown or move around differently in animation as opposed to real life physics made this a really kind of intense experience and really put you in those action sequences in a way that really gave you as the viewer the impact of the motion and movement on screen. I thought that was really fantastic, and it struck me multiple times throughout the episode how good it was. Additionally, some of the elements of this story that I really enjoyed more so than I even did potentially in Captain America the First Avenger, so the sacred timeline, if you will. Bucky. I have nothing against Bucky, but he's never really been one of my favorite characters. I understand the appeal of him to a lot of people. Version of the character, I actually really enjoyed him more. We got to see the funny, joking side that we get in Captain America the First Avenger that we don't see throughout a lot of the rest of the Sacred Timeline, because Bucky's been tortured and a prisoner of war basically for almost 90 years. Getting to see him crack jokes with Steve and Peggy again and be back in that 1940s version of himself was really fun to see. Additionally, there is an ending scene, so skip to the marker on screen if you don't want to hear this little minor spoiler, but when Fury and Clint, as in Clint Barton, get the Tesseract in Avengers and are analyzing it, we see Peggy Carter come through with the destroyed, I assume it's a Hydra type monster, and we see her have to face the modern world the same way that Steve did in the first Avenger at the very end, in the end credit scene and in the very first Avengers movie. I liked getting to see that from Peggy Carter's perspective and also feel the impact of the words that Sam Jackson so beautifully calls back to that he gave Steve, that the war ended 70 years ago, and both of them having the reaction of we won, but really how much did we lose in the process. Overall, I'm massively surprised at how great a success I think What If is going to be. Obviously, it's a Marvel property, it's on Disney Plus. I think this is one of the best things they've been able to put out just because it's something that no one really expected, and for them to incorporate animation, some of the original voice actors who have been able to come back, as well as, breathe life into this universe in a completely unique way, really take you on twists and turns while also making you feel like you're in a familiar space. I don't want to say I didn't have high expectations for this. I just thought it was going to be a good show, and I do really think that MCU fans are not going to be disappointed with what If is able to explore. But what did you think about What If? Have you seen the first episode? Is there an episode that's been announced or hinted at in the trailers that you're most looking forward to? Let me know down below. If you would like me to do weekly What If episode reviews, please like this video so that I know to keep doing them. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm going to be able to do each one as they come out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an absolutely amazing day, and I will see you in my very next video. Bye, y'all.